Dane Bowers reveals he is hooked on the saga between his ex Katie Price and husband Lee Andrews, as he says he texted her to ask if it was a wind-up. Dane Bowers has admitted he is completely hooked on the saga between his ex-girlfriend Katie Price and her latest husband Lee Andrews. The singer, 46, and the former glamour model, 48, dated between 1998 and 2000, and were one of the most high-profile couples of the late 90s. They ultimately split due to Katie's jealousy over his friendship with Victoria Beckham, who he teamed up with on the single Out of Your Mind. Katie recently spoke of her wild reaction to their breakup, revealing she let herself into his London flat to confront him about the split.
An unlocked iPhone 14 for just $299? This renewed 128 gig model gives you a vivid OLED display, 5G, and the freedom to choose your carrier. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/6 before it's gone.
But Dane now lives in Dubai, where self-professed businessman Lee also resides, and says he has been following the unfolding saga with interest. The Freak Me hitmaker said he has not been surprised by Lee's astonishing claims since marrying Katie, because everyone knows he's an expert at talking rubbish. But Dane and his girlfriend Nicole are following the drama playing out like everyone else. Speaking to Contact Music, he said, "I mean, obviously, being in Dubai, I know people who know him. It's all just very bizarre. I don't think anything that has been said is true. He must know that people know he's talking rubbish. My missus tells me new updates, and it's like madness. I just don't know when it's going to stop. But it is funny." Among Lee's claims are that he was kidnapped and detained on allegations of espionage when he went missing in Dubai, and that he had adopted Katie's children, and that he is lining up a bid to buy Chelsea FC. Dane also revealed he made the decision to reach out to Katie to check on her amid the unfolding drama with fourth husband Lee. He said, "I was having a conversation with my missus and I went, I'm going to ask her. I literally messaged her and said, look, is this some sort of wind-up or what? I hadn't spoken to her in years. I was just like, what is going on?" She didn't really say much. If we saw each other, we'd say hello. I've got nothing against Kate and probably vice versa. Dane appears in Katie's new Sky documentary Katie Price, Nothing to Hide, in which he discusses their high-profile romance. During the documentary, Katie reignited her feud with Victoria Beckham as she reflected on being banned from visiting boyfriend Dane and the Naughties. Katie and the Spice Girl, 52, fell out after SHHE and Dane teamed up for their 2000 single Out of Your Mind by True Steppers and embarked on an intense promotional campaign. At the time, Katie had been dating singer Dane for 2 years, but she's now shed new light on the situation, insisting their relationship was perfect until Dane met Posh, and claiming she was banned from visiting him on tour. Speaking in her new Sky documentary series, Katie Price, Nothing to Hide, which she has made with Louis Theroux's Mindhouse production company, she said, "The relationship sort of changed, as if he had something better. I was a nothing because it's now Victoria and Victoria and Victoria." Katie made a mocking childish voice and added, "Victoria, F-ing hell Victoria," before detailing the collapse of her relationship. She said, "He had this job to do and I was always allowed to go with him. But on this trip, I wasn't allowed and I didn't understand why I wasn't allowed. I started thinking, what, just because you're with Victoria now, what is wrong with me going with you?" I was in tears, thinking, what's happened? He's changed. This isn't the Dane I know. She added in an interview with Fabulous, "Our relationship was just perfect until he worked with Victoria, in my eyes. It made me feel like I wasn't enough." She was trying to set him up with her friend. Bizarrely, despite Katie's claims that Posh was trying to split them up, she claims Victoria bought her gifts, saying she gave her a pair of pink fluffy shoes. Katie went on, "I won't watch her Netflix documentary because I think it's manufactured, edited, and boring. What I know about my documentary is, I have had nothing to do with the edit. I've been as honest as I can be with all of it." Katie also doubled down on her claim that Victoria sang the Baha Men's song Who Let the Dogs Out when she entered the Manchester United Players' Lounge at Old Trafford. Yet despite all her claims, she insisted she still respects Victoria as a woman. Following her split from Dane, Katie admit to stupidly trying to win him back by taking pills and calling him up for attention. Speaking openly about the young and naive, incident on Loose Women in 2016, she admitted she wrongly convinced herself that the Another Level singer had developed a huge crush on Spice Girl Victoria. Katie has long lashed out at Posh, branding her Misery Spice in her Sun on Sunday column for looking unhappy at the launch of the Spice Girls musical Viva Forever in 2012. Then, in 2013, Katie blasted her nemesis for not being the supermom she claimed to be. Hitting out at the mother of four after she detailed her daily routine in Harper's Bazaar US, Katie has suggested that Victoria must have a full team of nannies and chauffeurs. But in her Sun column, Mum of Five, Katie blasted her for not mentioning whether or not she has any help from staff. Writing, "I'm sure Victoria is a brilliant mum, and there is obviously a lot of love between her and her kids. But I don't think she's being entirely honest. What you don't see in all the shots of her being the perfect mum is the nanny who is probably pushing the buggy behind her. You never see Victoria looking anything less than immaculate, and there is no way you can achieve that, day in, day out, without help if you're a working mum with 4 kids." The 4-part series, which will be released on July 8, will look at the glamour model's transformation into her alter ego Jordan, as well as her many relationships and marriages. According to the Daily Mail, Katie herself told producers that they could talk to anyone and everyone, and had no editorial control over the final cut.